it's only... Hey, did you hear the bell, Sarge? The war is over.
Look, this gent...
No way, let me sleep.
This gent wants to make a deposition. He says he saw a murder. Wants to get it on record. Hey.
Oh, gent. Murder, deposition, that. Oh. Yeah.
The major says if you give me the deposition, I'll write it down for him in shorthand. Now, first we'll fill out some blanks. Okay, Count, spill it.
Thank you. This palace used to belong to me.
Yeah? The whole shebang?
Early in the war, when the fascists were in full power, I had to give this property to General Fortunato.
Yeah?
Actually, Fortunato used to be a stable boy here. But he rose by devious means until he became one of Mussolini's favorites. And after that, a general.
Now look, Duke, just give me who got killed, who killed, and how come you've seen it, huh? Now first, we'll have the place, and then the time, and then the respective parties.
The place.
Yeah.
Do you know that under this palace, way under, there is a catacomb?
A catacomb?
Yeah, I know. There's a wine cellar about a quarter of a mile deep.
That is right.
You keep forever going down a long spiral stairway. Every few steps, the corridor leads up, lined with vintage wine.
And they keep that out of bounds for us.
You know, after searching for 3 years for the whole of Italy, I can pronounce it the greatest wine cellar in the
I know it
entire...
used to be.
Okay, now, Count, place of murder, huh?
Well, the catacomb is at the bottom of the spiral staircase. It is so far down that it's actually under a riverbed.
Now, look, Duke, I know this is important to you, but all I need is just 5 words to fill in the blank.
For thousands of years, my ancestors have been buried in that catacomb. And down there...
Your Royal Highness, I'm telling you, baby, I don't need all that. All I need is just 5 words.
Way under there is where the crime took place.
Ah, that's better. Murder, catacomb. Next, time of murder.
Time.
Now, what do you say, Prince? Let's blow your nose and get on, huh? Time of murder.
When General Fortunato took over this palace, I must say first that by that time he had acquired so much power that he could force me to let him marry my youngest and dearest sister.
Yeah, why the heck did you let him? Why don't you poke him one?
You Americans are so charming and so simple. I didn't poke him one, my dear boy, because at his call came stormtroopers and torture chambers.
Oh. Okay, Count. Time of murder, huh?
Time. When General Fortunato married, after he married my sister, he took over this place and he let my wife and I stay on. And we lived in a small suite over the stable.
Yeah, nice guy.
This opened onto a terrace that commanded a fine prospect. Every noon, the Countess used to have breakfast there. I used to work in a war office and my sister was in a hospital. But the General and my wife had more leisure.
Good morning.
Has your husband gone to the office?
Yes, I believe so. Doesn't he usually take your wife to the hospital on his way?
My wife didn't go this morning.
Oh?
I told her not to. We're leaving for Rome.
Coffee?
Thanks. May I?
Don't you think you might button your shirt? Doesn't whet my appetite.
We're flying in 15 minutes.
Perhaps you could have one of your colonels to deputize to comb your hair for you in the morning.
Do you know what that means?
What are you chewing on?
It means I won't come back. Not until the war is over, anyway.
You'll keep amused.
Without you...
Why not? Am I part of your pleasure?
Come to Rome.
Don't be ridiculous.
Couldn't you spend the winter in Rome?
Where should I live? We've shut up our house there.
I could get you a luxurious apartment.
I dare say you'd steal it from someone if I'd let you.
You could help me in Rome. As my sister-in-law, you could entertain brilliantly. It would be very good for me.
You have a wife, haven't you?
Oh, she's very simple, just like her brother. Understand, it would be good for me. And it would be good for you. You could have Rome at your feet.
I think you'd better run along now.
Give me an answer.
We've been neighbors here. It's not been too unpleasant. But Rome is different. Rome is public.
What if I won't be married? Answer me. What if you won't be married?
General, I find your stable boy's mind very dull this morning. Bon voyage.
Yeah? And then?
Exactly 1 year later, the general sat in the same chair. By that time, my sister had been killed in an airplane accident, and my wife was living in Rome. On April 12th, the general came roaring up from Rome in a Bugatti of mine he had previously taken over. He invited himself to dinner. And half an hour later, the murder took place. Are you finding yourself game?
Storks! Two storks nesting in the chimneys. And one glass window when an old lady shook her hand at me.
I regret very much that I have to serve you myself, but since the war, you know.
Who cares while we have that salad? Who wants food?
Our eyes met. I knew why he had come north, either to kill me or to arrange for someone else to kill me. I really didn't care. I had come to a point where life or death held no preference. In that warm April sunlight, the red wine glowed and gurgled like blood, and I gave up. What hope for me? He was Iluce's darling. He had a secret police of his own. Actually, I suppose he thought he was being very decent to come in person. He might have sent his agents in the night.
Well, my friend, what do you hear from your wife these days?
She's in Rome, isn't she?
How should I know? You're the husband. Surely the husband knows of the wife and her whereabouts.
She spent the winter there, I believe, trying to secure a divorce. Do you have a cigarette?
Here.
A handsome case.
From an admirer. Well, now, any success with that divorce?
No success.
And how's that from your point of view?
I regret it. It was always a misalliance. A divorce would keep me and would save me from living in fear.
He?
Yes. I often think to myself, supposing that a person of great power would want to marry her. A divorce is impossible. Therefore, this person of great power could only marry her if I were dead.
You don't mean that you fear for your life?
Every moment.
Come now, come. Oh, what romance you fill your mind with.
Not at all, no. She has always been attracted by power. And she attracts power. The end is inevitable.
You know, that is my third battle, waiting for you to cook that nasty little meal for me.
I regret that it is the best that I can offer.
Well, it is to long, long life for both of us. And a happier conversation.
By the way, apropos, that reminds me. Last week, a black marketeer brought me a cask of Amontillado.
Amontillado? Ha! That's impossible.
That's exactly what I said. In these times, impossible.
Must be sherry.
Huh? He swore it was Amontillado.
Sherry. Nobody can get a cask of genuine Amontillado these days.
Well,
not even I can get it.
I had my doubts. Still, I bought it.
Throw your money away.
I'm having Lucchese come over to taste it. You remember Lucchese? Excellent palate.
Lucchese? That old fool doesn't know wine from water.
Well, of course, he hasn't got your palate.
Where is that Amontillado?
Oh, no, I'm afraid it'll be too much trouble.
Now, let me taste it. I tell you, let me taste it.
No, I couldn't disturb you, really.
Why, where is it? Is it in your vaults?
At the very bottom.
All the better. I will sober up. Climbing down.
No, General, really, I couldn't disturb you that way.
Why, what's the matter with you? You seem to be afraid. You shouldn't be afraid going down with me.
Oh, it's not that. It's...
What then?
Well, it seems a pity to drag you down there into those depths and those darknesses with this beautiful sunny day. No, I'll have Lucchese.
Oh, get your torch and we'll go.
But do you have the time for me? Don't you have to go back to Rome?
Time for you? Of course I have. I have the whole afternoon to kill. After you.
No, General. Please. No, after you.
I said after you.